Morning, everyone. So, Ahavat Hamalacha, love work, Usnat Rabbanut, and hate either Rabbanut or high positions of authority and power. That's what Shmaya taught us. So, to love work, says our commentaries, that the word for malacha is like the Greek word for techne, which means creative fabrication. Do something not because it's just utilitarian, but for a person to be in a good state of mind and to be happy, they actually have to love the work which they do. So it's not just do work, there's actually love work, love the satisfaction that comes from a job which has been well done, because that is intrinsic to the way in which human beings function, even if it is work which in the biggest picture is not going to make a change to the world, but it's a matter which you've done and you've done it well, that produces satisfaction. The phrase love work, but also hate positions of authority, or hate the Rabbanut, as it's put over here, sounds as if they're two completely separate phrases. On the one hand, love work, on the other hand, try not to become a rabbi if you can possibly help it. But there's a way to connect these two as well. Love the work that is involved in being part of a communal leadership, either as a rabbi or as a lay leader or involved in some charity, etc. Love the work part of it, but hate the flattery that comes together with it. Hate the Rabbanut part of it, with all of the chanfering, the flattering and everything else. See the value in the actual work itself, but hate some of the trappings of it. There's a story about a rabbi who was invited to join there was a banquet which was being held in his honor, and he asked to be alone in a room for a while. So the committee were waiting for him, and they waited for about an hour, and he hadn't come out of his room. So they went and they peeped through the door, and they saw him walking up and down, talking to himself and saying all kinds of things. Couldn't understand what was going on. They thought perhaps the guy's gone a bit sugar or something like that. And when they said to him, "Rabbi, what's happening? We're waiting for you for the banquet." He says, "You know what?" He said, I, in anticipation of all the flattery which I'm going to hear tonight, I thought I'd try it out on myself. So I've been saying all those things that I think we're going to hear a little bit later about what a wonderful person I am. He says, and the funny thing is when I say it to myself, it doesn't ring true. So I'm just wondering, why do I get so excited when other people say it about me? So he says that I'm just trying to prepare myself not to be affected by all the things that I'm going to hear in my honor a little bit later. And that's why I'm saying it to myself over and over again. Says the rabbi said, honor flees from the one who pursues it, but the one who flees from honor is pursued by it. It's a lovely saying.